Alright, here in the next video in section 12.2 we're going to look at the second problem on the worksheet where it asks us to change each of the following to an equivalent expression with the indicated numerator or denominator. Okay, so if you look at part A, it says 4/5 is equal to 12 divided by what? Okay, so this really is just a proportion problem, and I think the easiest way to solve something like this is just to notice, hey, if I take the number 4 and scale it by a factor of 3, so in other words, multiply the 4 by 3, I will get 12. So then to get an equivalent fraction over here, I'm going to have to do the same thing to the denominator. So I'm going to have to scale it by 3. And so in other words, our answer here would just be 15. All right. This kind of idea we can apply to really all of these problems. So let's do that same kind of thing for b, right? To go from 2 to 2b, well, there the multiplier would be b. And so then I'm going to have to apply that same multiplier to the numerator, and that's going to give us, in this case, ab. All right, cool. For c, to go from 3 to 3x, well, we're multiplying by x. That's the scaling factor. So now I'm going to multiply by x here. And notice I'm going to have an x times an x. I'm going to write that as x squared. All right, now for d, what's our multiplier? Well, here I'm taking this entire expression, which shows up right here, and I'm multiplying it by 2x. So then that's what I'm going to have to do up in the numerator, and that's going to give us then 2 times 2x, which would be 4x. Okay, and then for the very last one here, e, I'm going from x plus 2 to this trinomial, x squared plus 3x plus 2. So to help us see the multiplier, I think it's going to be good for us to go ahead and factor this denominator. So it's a trinomial, so we'll factor it as a product of two binomials. I'm going to need an x and an x. To get the 2, well, just 1 and 2 it's really my only option, and then that middle term of 3 can be built by making these both positive. So what am I doing now? I'm going from the factor of x plus 2, which shows up right here, and I'm multiplying it by x plus 1. So then I'm going to have to do that same thing here to the numerator. And then for the answer here up in the numerator, I'm going to write it just as x times x plus 1 and just leave it that way. Now, if you wanted to, you could also write that where you distribute that x and say x squared plus x. I would accept either one of those answers. But cool. All right, that's going to do it for that problem.